Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to work on, it's called a dead pop bumper or sometimes a passive pop bumper. What it means is it doesn't have this ring like on this one does, where it throws the ball back around. This one, the ball just hits it and gets points. Well, this one would be advanced when lit. And this cap just magically comes off like that. Well, the reason why is this bulb is too big for it. It probably had a little like 55 bulb, I would think. I can't remember what it, I think they're like 55 bulbs. But anyways, that would stick down like that. And it doesn't stick down anymore, so we will probably put a little bit of silicone adhesive on it when we put it back together. Something gummy that will hold it down but not let it come back off, so it can be taken off in the future, but it won't fall off on the ball. So what I'll probably do is I'll get some clear RTV, put it around here, or I'll find some other way to get this to stick back on here, because yeah, that's just gonna fall off. Anyways, there are two screws in here that we have to take off first. So let's get to those two screws. Note the screws. I'm sorry if I was blocking you, but they are tapered. See how they're tapered like that? That's pop bumper body screws. Don't ask me why they designed them like that, but they're tapered like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip the machine upside down, well, the playfield upside down, and we're going to work on the bottom of this now. Alright, to get removed of this one, it's going to be really super easy. I just have to heat this up and get the wire off of it, and heat this up and get the wire off of it. It's going to be that easy. I get my my flathead screw and my new Wen 250. This is a Wen 250 soldering gun. I got them from my buddy John, and it is amazing for doing big globs of solder, like coils and stuff like that. It heats them up instantly and removes them. It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing. That's all I can say. If you're doing coils or stuff like that, as you can see how quick that was. This soldering gun, it's really antique. I mean, it's really super old. I'll show you the box. But you can see how old this thing is. It's got to be from the 70s. But this thing is super stupid awesome. I got another bit here. There's no instructions with it, but Chicago 31, Illinois, USA. So this tells you kind of how old this probably is. Oh, look at this. This is how old that is. That's a all saw. The saw table is $14.95. The saw is $44. 2-speed power drill, $30. That is crazy. Yeah, Chicago 31, Illinois, USA. So what is this, from the 50s? Wow. There's no date on it. Yeah, no date. But I never seen an address like that before. Chicago 31. That would be the zip code. Crazy. But anyways, let's get to taking that off instead of being sidetracked by old technology. That is awesome. And as you can see, that pulls right out. This I will have to get these blobs off of here. First, let me straighten these out. I have to get that blob off before I can pull this apart. So let me get my wen, and we will do that real quick. I can do this really good with my Hako. Okay, that is really good. Okay, that did work just as good as the Hako. Alright, since we got that, now this will pull apart just like a regular pop bumper. And it came apart without breaking, which is good. Spring. This is a Gottlieb. You can always tell Gottlieb, it's got the point. I use Gottlieb. I buy brand new Gottlieb ones because the William ones are more expensive. And the only difference is the point, and you can cut off the point and make it look like a Williams, but I leave it on. I don't feel there's no need to remove it. There's a crunchy old band on there that we will take off. That needs to go in there. I will take that off, but I'm going to save it. Put it in this container just to remind me to put a new one on. This will just pull out like that. We will straighten these out better. Like that. Now, magically, this is going to get cleaned, and we're going to put it back on as long as it's not broke and it is in good condition. It is not damaged in any way. It's discolored, but it's not cracked or anything. So that will go in the ultrasonic cleaner and get cleaned. And in a second, we'll be putting it right back in there. Alright, it's been a few seconds, weeks actually. We're going to rebuild this dead pop bumper. This is the original body. It was in excellent shape. There was no need to change it out. It never did match these. It has been replaced along with these. I did put two new ones in. This is new and this one is new. This was in the machine and this one was in the machine. I replaced two of them because two of them had broken nubs on them, which are these right here where my finger is. It had two broken nubs. This, before you rebuild it, put your brand new rubber on it, which is a 1 1/4 inch rubber. You need to put that on, or you're going to try to peel over the top here. You don't want to do that. So that, like that. How's this going to sit? Like that. I want to make sure this is pointing up. Yes, this is a Gottlieb. So were these, but this was cut off on them. I want to keep it like that because I want it to be kind of used as a guide almost for the ball to do something different than normal. That's why I usually keep these on when I rebuild Williams machines, because I like it actually. So I want to make sure it stays like that. Spring. Here's the old one. Garbage. I just want to keep it for a reference. And then the original plastic. And as you can see, since this is a dead bumper, it's got no ring. It's a dead bumper. Ah! Let's get the back together. This time we're not going to play with it. There. And I got it off one turn. There. Alright, now leave it alone and we'll put it back together. Get the two screws in. These again are the same screws. They got that beveled edge on them right here with my finger, so they rest inside the holes. Go to wiggle, make sure it's secure, and then alright, let's flip the machine over and start rebuilding it. We forgot the light bulb. That always helps when you put the light bulb back in. Now, let's flip it over and rebuild it. Alright, the dead pop bumper. We got her all back together on the other side. So now, we got to adjust the spoon. I can already tell the spoon is out of adjustment. The switch is constantly staying on. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit. And see, it is way up too much. Give her a little turn down. And it is right back where it was. There's a fine line on this one. That's a perfect. And it is perfectly aligned. My only problem is I got to get under there and clean it a little bit. Since we didn't take that switch off, we still got to clean it with some naphtha. This is one of the few. Usually with a dead pop bumper, there is no adjustment needed after rebuilding because it's dead and usually nothing moves on it. This one, however, look at that. Just a little bit of wiping. That's a lot of icky on there. It gets a spoon clean. You need that cleaned to prevent any sticking. And we got a little sticking. And this thing's really good adjusted. Alright. I'm getting just a little bit of hang up on it. So I have one other little trick I can do. I don't like doing this too much. What I don't like about dead pop bumpers, there's no banging action of like a regular pop bumper. There's no banging action that's gonna, if it does get a little stuck, where it's gonna unstick itself. There is none of that. So I'm gonna resort to something I usually don't use anymore to get it out. But for what do you call it? I don't have a Q-tip for it, so we're just going to use a new one. I don't know where my other one is. That's not it. It might be in the box. Yeah, there it is. It's right there. We're going to use a little PBR grease. We're going to grease that spoon a little bit. This is stuff I've used over and over. So this, since this is already kind of greasy, I don't like doing this, but for dead bodies, you don't have too much of a choice, because if this switch gets stuck on a regular pop bumper, chances are that slam is going to unstick it. With a dead pop bumper, there is nothing to unstick it. Hopefully one of these will slam hard enough to unstick this. But as you can see, we are unstuck. Good. We have no more sticking. Alright. Now we're going to bend the tabs over and get my PBR grease out of the way. So I want to put that back. I hardly use that stuff. One tub of that stuff will last you forever. I'm serious. Get our wires over for the bulb. This one I'm going to hold real tight, and I can't see it too good. And hold it really tight with my screwdriver. I'm going to heat it up with my gun. That's going to melt it down. Stinky. This next one, I'm just going to try to bend it over as much as possible. Very much I can do about it. There's nothing really to hold it. This one gets held because of this wire is not going to let it move. This one's just going to get held down because the other side is wired and it can't move. And this one's looped around, so I wonder what else it triggers. What I mean by looped around, there's two wires here. So this is going to something else. Possibly a light. Or something. The same color wire is going to here. Ah. I wonder if it's going here and then going to a relay. Watch relay number 1, number 2, small wall, advance. So I wonder if it's going to go to a relay and then flick that from side to side. I don't know. That'll be something in later on. We have no more sticking. We have a good gap. And I call that rebuilt. So there'll be some cool stuff along the bottom. Big thumbs up. Now you know how to rebuild a dead pop bumper from start to finish. Give me a thumbs up, drop some comments, like, subscribe, and share. And later.